Yet again, Chris Brown is prepared to tell everything, and by the vibes of it, he knows basically everything there is to know about Diddy and Jay-Z. Explicitly, Chris implied that something is happening between the two. How is your relationship with Jay-Z? Keep it moving. I simply don't have an eye. I don't have an what is it like a way where me and him cross where we like hello? We doing this so we got and before you say that he is simply attempting to get back on Jay's after their hamburger? Let me thump you to it and let you know he isn't on the grounds that more individuals are beginning to talk as two words in the road, uncover that things are getting really frightful in the business, and Diddy mysteries are just the start of additional dim bits of insight that are going to get presented truly to I see this man being fruity is it is does a man like different men I believe he's sibling love. He loved different men so ensure you lock in and we should begin Diddy had been all the rage throughout recent weeks, and after Cassie dropped the sensation claim, it appears as though he isn't getting any rest from the contention this Christmas season. And assuming that you have been following the news, I'm certain you know about how Cassie blamed Diddy for unbelievable things from maltreatment to constraining her to go ballistic with different guys. The things she needed to get through were horrendous. John Bargain, who used to fill in as a protector for Diddy, discussed this and described hope. Diddy would enlist these individuals to fulfill himself. You realize he employing individuals he going to put everything on cause she understood what he enjoyed cause she wasn't employing it for her. Don't get that tired craftsmanship, assuming that you feel that she was recruiting those male who's for herself and discussing freak-offs. Many individuals are beginning to remark about this specific matter, and it appears as though Cassie was not the first and last individual that he put in such a circumstance. And let me let you know you will have a hard time believing who the other individual is. Well, I figure you could as of now have speculated yet allowed me to stall down for you as of late. Arbitrary individuals have been jumping out with their allegations against Diddy as of now consistently is a surprise, and Diddy needed to manage an endless series of claims, and keeping in mind that the issue apparently keeps on loosening up, things are going to deteriorate after the fifth claim was documented. Only half a month prior, yet this isn't anything contrasted with the other accusations. Diddy needs to confront. What did Cassie enlighten you concerning these free-offs? You realize that he would recruit these like specialists, and like they would have with her or whatever, and he would watch. This is where Jay-Z enters the image. Close sources to the rapper referenced how he and Diddy are strong, and their fellowship keeps on remaining steadfast in spite of the multitude of insane things that have been happening with Diddy right now. In view of this, individuals began guessing why Jay-Z chose to keep close by after others understood it was smarter to slice all binds with Diddy, to try not to go gaga for him. Well, 50 Penny has his own perspective about that in a meeting. Fifth blamed the two for being something other than companions. Yes, the tales about them have been going around for a really long time, yet they get more serious when somebody like 50 discussions about them in public broadcast. 50 additionally shared a tale around one time when Diddy's motion made him entirely awkward. What is it referring to when individuals express that to me? I get a little awkward. I get awkward. Like he said he expressed something to me one time quite a while in the past at Chris Lighty's wedding. He let me know he'd take me shopping. I saw him like what you say recall when Cassie referenced the oddity offs and how Diddy would compel her to do that. Well, now there are all tales that Yiz and Diddy would likewise do likewise. And this had been happening for a year. Matters raised pretty before long after 50 transferred a video of Diddy slapping Jay-Z's behind during a show, and the responses from individuals on the web were wild. And afterward, we have Chris Earthy Colored, who had a well-established meet with Jay-Z. True to form, he has a couple of stories to tell too. First up, he referenced how Diddy used dislike him. Yes, you heard that squarely in a meeting. Chris referenced how Puff, in a real sense, turned him down during their underlying gathering converse with you. Realize he better believe it. Could he at any point go outside briefly? We going to talk? They resembled. No, we don't need him. They didn't need you. No, they didn't need him. Nay. So I resembled, however, and as a 12, 13-year-old, I seemed to be in that lift, presumably crying like a mug. So due to this, he would have rather not marked Chris by any stretch of the imagination, yet we as a whole understand what occurred after that. And since he has been very close with Diddy, It even reached the place where Diddy chose to open his Miami home to him and Rihanna when the ex-couple was having a tough situation in their relationship, and keeping in mind that there was lots of analysis when this happened, Diddy made sense of his choice when gotten some information about it. Diddy referenced that all he did was help a companion, nothing more, nothing less, except for while Diddy was showing support for Chris during the issue with Rihanna, Jay-Z was doing the contrary. This is where the meet began. And the two have been dissing each other since everybody was somewhat expecting this in any case, since Jay-Z is really close with Rihanna. Their relationship is solid to the point that Jay supposedly broadcasted that he would complete him, and by him he implied Chris Brown anyway. While bits of gossip between the two had been going this way and that throughout recent years, Chris as of late exposed one of the numerous when gotten some information about it. The vocalist uncovered that while everybody had been discussing it was anything but a fact that Jay-Z attempted to end his profession. There was additionally one more occasion in which Chris referenced that he hadn't met Jay-Z in quite a while, and keeping in mind that this could seem like terrible news, there's quite happening between them. I don't actually have one, never had. I mean, each time I've been around him and lounged around him, it's forever been cool. It's never been similar to any despise. I like gracious, what's up, brother, you great blast, and keep it moving. Essentially, that is what he said. In spite of this, others have been expressing in any case. As a matter of fact, an individual who worked with Jay-Z before affirmed that his previous supervisor like stomping all over individuals' vocations, and from what he said, Jay-Z doesn't mind what your identity is, assuming you are in his way. He will step on you just to get on top, I say, and Jay-Z will successfully obliterate any individual who stands in opposition to them. The previous Guardian let it all out and name-dropped a couple of individuals who unfortunately encountered the fury of the influence couple. I know such a great amount on how you got where you are, the way you stepped on a many group. Beyond's how you folks finished Carrie Hilson's vocation since she expressed something about you. He likewise focused on reality behind Jay and Beyonce's marriage and uncovered that the two strolled down and the walkway not due to cherish, but sins of cash. The protector didn't stew there. He additionally referenced how Jay-Z used to treat Beyonce quite severely. There was even a second in their relationship when Jay impacted Sovereign Honeybee to begin utilizing drugs. No doubt Beyonce is on drugs. She been on them for quite a while, and you keep her that way. Not long after, fans began coming to an obvious conclusion and brought up how there is a spooky similitude between what befell Cassie and Beyonce one. And on the off chance that what the Guardian said is valid, I figure we can all concur that Jay-Z and Diddy are not the best with regards to taking care of their associations with their accomplices. Continuing on, Puma Privilege's proclamations likewise began to restore. This time she made stunning disclosures about Jay-Z, Diddy, and all that. She had some awareness of their extremely fascinating relationship, and she was not pulsating the shrub. She affirmed that Jay-Z was engaged with a ton of passings in the business from huge L to big deal. Panther clarified how Jay-Z is associated with the majority of it. Puma likewise pointed out that Diddy could likewise be involved. This is on the grounds that the quantity of his partners who kicked the bucket or became ill had been dubiously high, and as a now, one would try and agree that that being with Diddy is a daily existence peril. Kim is dead, Wadey D is dead, Andre Harrell is dead. The main two remaining are Puffy and all in all nearly passed on. That fascinating, that is intriguing. Wadey D was found dead face down in the coronary failure, Andre Harrell cardiovascular failure. Obviously, we can't disregard a lie, and R. Kelly, in view of Panther J, is extremely mindful of how R. Kelly was sexual mishandling AI. Yet he didn't say a thing regarding it. This was